These long dog days of summer, I mean, we just made it through a heat wave. Mama was parched through this heat wave. I was hitting up Dunkin' every single day, and I will continue to probably for the rest of my days, but especially this summer. Dunkin' is helping everyone stay cool this summer with its lineup of refreshers. These drinks are packed with bold, fruity flavors and served ice cold. It's amazing. Dunkin' refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up. I like to start my morning with them personally, and then sometimes I go back for a second one because I'm just feeling crazy. They come in a variety of delicious flavors, including fan favorites mango pineapple and strawberry dragon fruit. And then for a limited time, there's black cherry and there's pink pineapple. I'm going to tell you something right now, and it's a bold claim, let me tell you, but I stand behind it. Pink pineapple will change your life. It is so good. It has me feeling like I'm sitting in a pool, resort side, just living, honey. It's so yummy. Try your favorite flavor with green tea, sparkling water, lemonade, or Dunkin's all-new limeade. I haven't tried the limeade yet, but I'm going to. Usually I get my drinks made with green tea and occasionally lemonade, but I do really like the green tea. Or if you don't want to build your own, try one of Dunkin's curated refreshers like the Cherry Lime Ricky or the Ultimate Pink Daydream. The Cherry Lime Ricky, scrumptious. I could drink like 3 of these a day. They're so freaking yummy. Head to Dunkin' today and find your favorite refresher. Dunkin' refreshers contain less than 1% fruit juice. Limited time offer.
A morning walk, some bird watching. It's another easy Sunday. United Health Group makes these ordinary days possible with partners like the University of Tennessee Health Sciences, helping communities manage their health closer to home. 54% of participants have lowered their blood pressure, meaning fewer heart attacks and more Sundays at the park. This might feel like an ordinary day. To United Health Group, it's the healthcare system working better for everyone. Learn more at unitedhealthgroup.com/commitment.
Between birds and nap times, it's hard to compete for your cat's attention. But Temptations cat treats will have them meowing for affection. Even the most fickle felines find Temptations crunchy cat treats irresistible. Crunchy outside, soft inside, and under 2 calories per treat. For a fun, perfectly creamy treat, try Temptations lickable puree. Looking for a way to make bonding with your feline friend even better? Try America's #1 cat treat brand, Temptations cat treats. Cats can't resist.
Hey, weirdos. I'm Ash.
And I'm Elena.
And this is a podcast called Morbid.
Have you heard of it?
I've heard of it.
You have, because you're here.
It's been my livelihood for a few years.
It's true, for a few years. A handful.
A handful of years.
Yeah. Actually, it's been quite a few years.
It's been almost a
at this
decade.
point.
This is my longest job that I've held.
Whoa.
I know. I mean,
Look
I was
at
a
that.
youth when we started this. I listened to her. First of all, if you just started listening to Morbid and you caught up like super duper fast, thank you so much. Because in the early episodes, I sound like I don't give a shit about anything. I was just like, yeah, I was at work today and like, blah, 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 like, and this happened.
You loved that.
Ew.
No, it worked.
I know, the people
Obviously.
stayed. It must have been for you at that point.
If you stayed, probably not. If you stayed. Let's face reality.
You said, uh-uh.
I said, uh-uh.
I don't know what it was. It was our charm, I guess.
If you stayed, you're a real one.
You're the realest one.
And
I
we
care.
appreciate you.
I always did, but now I
Yeah.
sound like it.
It like really, really hits
Yeah.
when we listen to the older episodes. How much you just like hung in there and
Yeah.
what we put you through.
It is crazy that it will be like a decade and not that many years.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
It's crazy.
I know. We'll have to like do something fun or something.
And it feels like we're finally in like we're back to the
The early
good,
days.
fun part
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, I agree
We had a
with that.
little middle part there.
We had a fucking journey. You know.
Which was true. You guys know.
You know. I lost years off my life, but
Yeah.
I'm gaining them back right now.
I'm learning how to regulate my nervous system again,
Yeah.
which is a really fun thing.
I actually was just saying, like, I wish that I could do, I've said this so many times, but now I can even tell you, like, even more why. I wish I could do my wedding again.
Yeah.
Because my cortisol face at my wedding.
I
like,
think
I
you
still
looked
looked
phenomenal.
Thank you. I did. I looked gorgeous.
Good for
So
good.
fuck y'all.
Yeah.
But I still wish I could do it again because I think I would have even enjoyed it that much more, especially the planning process.
Oh yeah.
Because it was just
Because there was a lot going on.
There was so much going on. It was
'Cause
a
there was,
mini
like-
disaster every
There was
day.
like family things going on too.
Yeah.
And then there was like work things
Yup.
that were literally constantly going on.
Yup.
So that was a lot.
I'm pretty sure the day of my wedding, a podcast came out.
Yeah.
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 Because we weren't,
No time off.
because no time off.
Yeah. Just reminiscing.
No time off, no creativity, no creative control.
Just nothing.
Yeah.
But you know what?
But
That's in
now-
the past.
but
And
now-
now we're doing things like playing Radio City fucking Music Hall.
Which you guys gotta come. We still have a few tickets left.
Yeah, we
And
got
this
some
is one
tickets
time.
left. One time only.
This is one
I
time.
literally just got my tap shoes delivered the other day.
And we're really brainstorming some really cool ideas. And we have one in particular that we're hoping is going to happen. And I'm excited about it.
Oh, yes. If that happens, that thing that we can't say right now, I'll shit my pants.
Go get your tickets. It's
Yeah.
going to be fun.
It's going to be fucking
It's going to be
lit.
themey. And it's going to be a real good time. And it's one time only. And we only have some tickets left. So go grab 'em.
Remember to get them at Ticketmaster only.
Yes, because those are the ones we said, yeah.
We said,
That
yeah,
works.
sounds good.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
I can't wait.
Ah! Jinx!
You owe me a Coke. But you know what? You already bought me a Coke today.
Oh, yeah, I did.
So
we're
it's
good.
retroactive paid back.
I like it.
All right, what's up, girl?
So,
more.
Tomorrow also, stay tuned
Fun bonus episode
for
coming
a
out.
fun fucking bonus episode. One that I think you guys are gonna be pretty excited about.
I don't know what it's about or
Um,
anything, but
I think you guys.
when the full moon turns red, that's when I'll come. Just leave that in.
That's it. So stay tuned
That's
for that.
an Easter egg. Everyone's like, bitch, do you know what an Easter egg is? They're like, that's an Easter dump.
See if you can dissect that Taylor Swift level little
Marketing.
little marketing genius over here.
Check it.
So listen to that. Listen to that. Listen to it.
Check that out.
And also go take a peek at my social media because there's some fun book stuff happening tomorrow.
Ooh.
So go, set your alarm. Go
For what
go
time?
check it out. I don't know, tomorrow.
Oh, okay. For 12 a.m. tonight. Got it. I don't know. Set
And
your
head
alarm
on
for
over.
tomorrow.
Head on over
Tomorrow.
to my Instagram page, and I'll tell you.
All day only.
Okay, all day only. So get over there. So that's all the biz nasty I think we had to talk about.
Yes, girl.
So what are we going to talk about today?
I don't know. It's your
I'll tell
case.
you because it's my case.
People are like, what the fuck are you guys on? You know
Sorry.
what we're on? We had McDonald's today.
We did, and we took a walk.
Oh, we took a walk and it lit
So-
up different parts of our brain.
At one point, I just looked at everyone and I said, "This has been a great day, guys."
Yeah.
So
It has been.
Here we are. Now we're going to get a little gnarly, though.
Oh. Didn't you say
this is-
something about lions?
Yeah, I sure did. Lions. So this is a little different because we know when I talked to you guys about the shark attacks in Joyce,
You liked that.
you guys were like, that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And then some people said, more animal attacks, please.
We
And I
said,
said,
"Okay."
Okay. And then Dave said, got it. He said, what about this one?
Dave said, say less.
He did. So we're going to talk about the Man-Eaters of Tsavo today.
What?
That's right. You heard that right.
I've never heard of that.
So this one's wild.
I bet.
This one's gruesome. It does have trigger warning. There are animal deaths in
Aw.
it. And I'm just going to say it right now that I don't wish any human being to get hurt or mauled by an animal. But I do wish the animals just got to kind of go off and live their lives
I
after
know.
this. And just kind of go away,
Yeah.
That's just how I feel. Let's begin. In the spring of 1898.
Oh, fuck. We're going way back.
yeah, let's go back. you
I
know?
wasn't even there.
Colonel James Patterson arrived in East Africa to take up a position leading the construction staff on the Uganda Railroad, which was a very big infrastructure project based in Kilindini, Kenya.
Okay.
I hope I said that correct. I looked up many pronunciations. As one of the main waterways between Europe, the Middle East, and Africa, this whole region had been steeped in wars between competing interests trying to gain control. But by that point, it was the British who held majority control and had set the project forth, like set it into motion. And they were really kind of largely relying on local labor managed by British officials.
Okay.
So after spending a week waiting on his orders, Patterson finally received a letter that told him he was going to go travel about 150 miles inland to a region called Tsavo, which is a Kamba word meaning place of slaughter.
Don't go there, baby.
I said, whoa.
Why would you name it that?
Because apparently there had been so many wars and like battles and things that had happened on this land. So he was going to go there to take command of a crew that was going to build a large railroad bridge over the Tsavo River. Like much of Kenya at this time, Tsavo was really dry. It was really arid. There was rivers and streams cutting through various sections of it. And in addition to the large population of Kenyans living in the area, it also was home to a very diverse population of wildlife.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, this was bush elephants, giraffe, buffalo, hyena, jackal, rhinoceroses.
Rhinoceri?
No, rhinoceros, I think it might be.
Rhinoceroses?
Is it rhinoceros? I think it is rhinoceros.
You do?
I don't know.
Wow.
I'm going to look it up, though.
You should.
Let's get smarter. I like getting smarter.
Let's
so
get
do this.
smarter. My brain is lit up.
It's plural.
Rhinocero?
I did not spell plural.
It's okay.
The plural is either rhinoceroses or rhinoceros.
I like rhinoceros better.
It kind of feels nice.
It does.
It's got a nice mouth feel.
Rolls
that
off
word.
the tongue. I love elephants.
Me too.
I would lay down my life for
Yeah.
elephants.
I also love elephants. My youngest just got a stuffed elephant that she made,
And she named her.
and she
Them
named
Ewi.
them Ewi.
Yeah.
And said sometimes they're a boy, sometimes they're a girl.
And I said, okay, non-binary
iconic.
king and queen.
Yeah, I said iconic Ewi. And it's not Ellie.
Ewi.
So,
And that's
get
not
it.
even due to any kind of speech impediment.
No,
that's
that's
just her straight up name.
that's it.
Their straight up name.
Don't get it twisted.
No.
So there's that. So while many of the species living in the region did pose a threat to humans, there were definitely not a lot that were as fierce and as dangerous as the maneless lion.
Maneless lion,
Yeah.
you say?
So this is a subspecies of big cat that evolved without the large fluffy mane.
So now they feel like they have something to make up for.
Well, here's the thing. They evolved without the large fluffy mane because it allows them to better survive the heat of the desert.
Oh.
So they actually like
That's
have
interesting.
a little bit of a leg up.
Yeah, that's really cool, actually.
And I think it makes them less floofy looking. Because, like, when I see a big old lion with a big old mane, I'm like, oh, gotta touch it. And I know I can't. I know I can't, and I won't.
How often are you running into lions?
And when I see one at, like, a zoo or something.
Every day that I see a lion.
Yeah, every time I just run into one. But if I
get
see
that.
one on, like, TV, I'm like, oh, touch that. Like, I just want to pet it. You know?
I love you.
You know?
You know what I mean?
Because it's that floofy
No, I
mane.
get it.
It just makes them look so floofy.
Those are the boys. The
just
girls
wanna-
don't have that.
Yeah, you just want to boop.
Boop their
But
snoot. Don't ever boop
Never.
a lion's
You run
snoot.
into a lion, do not boop the snoot.
Unless you're familiar with that lion and like you have
Yeah.
a bond.
And you've booped the snoot before, because I'm not here to tell you to boop any snoots.
Never boop a snoot for the first time.
Yeah, get
if you're not
consent.
familiar with that lion.
But these are maneless, so they, to me, look a little more villainous, to be quite honest.
Okay.
Without a mane, it's like, you're just a scary-ass cat.
Well, that's like the ladies. And the ladies
Yeah, the
actually
ladies
are
are-
more fierce.
They're badass.
I learned a lot about lions last time I went to Disney.
I love that for you.
Thank you.
So establishing a path through the dense jungle to get to this area where they were going to do construction was not an easy task.
Because you're not supposed to go there, probably.
You're not. We're really not. The jungle in Tsavo was densely forested. It was overgrown. It was filled with like snarled plant life, which included a species of species of plant that has like a variety of different species that are covered in large hooked thorns, and they're called wait-a-bit thorns.
Wait a bit.
Wait a bit.
Wait a bit before you come up on this area.
Yeah, or it's like you're going to get stuck in these thorns and then you're going to wait a bit to get out.
Oh.
So in that first week, much of Patterson's time was spent getting to know the area, just kind of familiarizing himself with the work, the crew, what was going to be happening.
Yeah.
And this obviously wasn't like super manually intensive. This wasn't like the labor that they were going to do.
Yeah.
It was still physically taxing. And each night, Patterson looked forward to going to sleep in the tent. He was like, this has been a long day.
I look forward to going to sleep in my bed every day without doing much.
And if you got a tent, why not?
Never have I ever looked forward to sleeping in a tent.
No, but
Never
that's
have I
all he
ever
had.
slept in a tent.
There you go. But he would be exhausted, he said, every single night. But he wrote in a journal. He kept a journal of everything. So he wrote, I little knew then what adventures awaited me in this neighborhood. And if I had realized that at the time 2 savage brutes were prowling around, seeking whom they might devour, I hardly think I would have slept so peacefully in my rickety shelter.
What prose.
Right? So as soon as he'd arrived in the camp, Patterson began hearing stories of men disappearing from camps in the area.
Not what you want to hear upon settling.
Upon arriving. At first, he was like, okay, whatever. Like, maybe they're just like legends, you know? Like, people love to talk shit. Like, maybe they're just trying to get me scared. You know, we all love it. But after a few days, it became kind of impossible to ignore the increasingly credible tales. He said, all the old caravan leaders had disliked this camp for one reason or another, and it was a noted place for desertions.
Ooh.
And in fact, very few of the caravans seemed to make it through the area without losing 1 or 2 of their porters. To the other men, the leaders of the caravan would usually provide a, some kind of like whatever answer, something about how the men had simply deserted them in the night and joined an easier route. That's why they're not here. But few of the remaining members of the caravan found that to be reasonable at all. Because who's going to work hard for several weeks only to abandon their camp and their belongings in the middle of the night?
Fair.
Like, you're busting your ass for weeks at a time just to, like, peace out and leave everything?
Yeah.
No. So a few weeks into the construction project, the crew had finally reached the west side of the Tsavo River when Patterson first heard that one of his crew had disappeared the night before.
Uh-oh.
Several others on the crew cited the stories of the other men who'd gone missing and insisted the missing worker had been carried off in the night by a lion.
No, thank you.
So Patterson said, at the time, I did not credit this story and was more inclined to believe that the unfortunate man had been the victim of foul play at the hands of some of his comrades. But nevertheless, workmen were a valuable resource, so Patterson immediately assembled a group of people to go search for him. It didn't take long before his mind was changed. In speaking with the other men who shared a tent with the missing man, Patterson found one worker who witnessed the attack.
Oh, fuck.
It was around midnight, this guy said. And he said when a large maneless lion poked its head through the flaps of the fucking tent.
Said, anybody in here?
And he quickly scanned the interior of the tent and saw that there were definitely people in there and grabbed the nearest worker. His name was Ungan Singh, and he grabbed him by the throat.
Oh.
So Singh cried out, Koro, which means let go, and wrapped his arm around the lion's neck, trying to get him to release him. But the lion's grip was too tight, and the other men in the tent just, all they could do was watch in horror as their literal friend and coworker was dragged into the darkness screaming for his life.
Oh my God.
So Patterson and the other men in the search party grabbed their rifles and went to investigate the area outside of Singh's tent. And they found large paw prints in the sand and deep gashes in the earth, which showed them what direction that he was being dragged away. And he said, we found it an easy matter to follow the route taken by the lion, as he appeared to have stopped several times before beginning his meal.
Oh.
The areas where the lion appeared to have paused were accompanied by pools of blood, each larger than the last.
Oh my God.
Finally, less than a mile from the tent, they found Singh's body. They said it was unimaginable horror.
Yeah.
His body appeared to have been completely ripped apart, with the flesh torn from all but his head and feet. Patterson wrote the ground all around was covered with blood and morsels of flesh and bones. But Singh's head had been left intact, the eyes staring wide open with a startled, horrified look in them.
Oh my God.
All around the body were paw prints, similar to those found along the bloody path that led from the tent to the body, but they weren't all the same. And as they looked at the prints, it occurred to them that those were 2 distinct set of prints in the dirt, indicating that one lion definitely pulled him from the tent, but he had been killed and eaten by at least 2.
Oh my.
Yeah. Patterson wrote, I've witnessed many an accident with fatal consequences, but the sight of this skeleton from which the flesh had been ravenously torn was one of the most gruesome spectacles imaginable.
Also imagine you're standing there, like, taking that all
Sitting
in.
duck.
But that's the thing. Exactly. You're sitting there where that group of lions or pair of lions just had a meal. Where the fuck are they now?
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, are
they're
they
not
sitting here
far.
watching?
Oh, that's horrifying.
Now, in his mind, Patterson began thinking about all the stories he had heard about men going missing from caravans in the Tsavo region. And he was like, oh shit, is this the same group of lions that are responsible for those attacks?
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed impossible because animal attacks didn't, they happened from time to time, but they were like still exceedingly rare. They still are.
Yeah.
Since most animals wanted nothing to do with humans who were just encroaching on their territory at this point. Now, at the riverbank, the men gathered up Singh's remains as best as they could, and they buried them in the sandy ground.
Oh.
They piled stones on it as kind of like a grave marker.
Right.
His head they placed in a burlap sack and brought back to camp in order to provide an identification to the medical officer.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
The next day, they returned to the area heavily armed, but there was no sign of the lions that had killed Singh. But to their horror, as they searched the area, they found a lot of evidence of other attacks. There were skulls and parts of skeletons littering the area.
What the fuck?
He had definitely not been the first victim, and he was likely not going to be the last.
Oh, you guys got to get out of there.
So that night, the workmen were uneasy in their tents. They were scared to sleep, and they were like, they could just be lurking right outside our tent, just waiting to pounce.
Yeah.
James Patterson, on the other hand, took up a position in a near tree to the tent.
I don't blame him.
And it was near the tent that Singh was taken out of.
But then you got to think of all the animals that can climb trees.
Patterson is wild because he's like the lead here. He's supposed to be like heading up this thing. He does take lead. Like he puts himself in positions to try to protect his crew. So he's up in a tree, and he said if one of the lions returned that night, he was going to defend the camp and he was going to kill it.
Okay. Do you remember in school when you just knew that your teacher had a favorite of everything? They would always use the same blue dry erase marker when they wrote on the board, or they would talk nonstop about their favorite element during science. I had a teacher once that literally had a favorite brand of marker. She would only write with specific markers, and if another marker ended up in her classroom, she was TO'd. And honestly, I was probably her favorite student because at the end of the year, I got her that specific brand of marker. Let's talk about their real favorite thing, though. Their favorite tissue brand. Kleenex. According to Teacher List, they are the #1 facial tissue trusted by teachers. Kleenex Ultra Soft tissues are silky soft to help prevent skin irritation, and now you can take them anywhere with Kleenex Snap and Go. I absolutely love Kleenex Snap and Go. It's so perfect to have that in your car. I had a cold last week, and I was just... Honey, my nose was a faucet. I hate to do this to you, but it was disgusting. Drew literally came out of our garage with like 15 of the Kleenex Snap and Goes, and I put those in my glove compartment, and honey, they were easy access. It was so nice knowing that I didn't have to blow my nose into like an old wrapper that I had. Ew. So do the best thing for your kids' teachers and stock up on the ultimate classroom favorite. Maybe it'll make them their teacher's favorite student. They definitely have a favorite. Don't even get me started because, again, you know it was me. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex. This is a paid ad by BetterHelp. I happen to be somebody that struggles with people pleasing. So a lot of times I will build things up and up and up and up and up and then kind of get to the point where I'm like, I need to let this out to this person. Even in 2026, that stigma and just stigma in general can get in the way of a lot of things, like getting support for your mental health. Maybe you've encouraged friends to consider therapy while avoiding taking that first step yourself because you're busy. You're worried about what other people might think, or telling yourself that you should handle this all alone. But therapy with BetterHelp, the world's largest online therapy platform, can be a space to slow down and talk through what's been building before it feels unmanageable. Just take a short questionnaire to identify your needs and preferences, and BetterHelp will handle the initial therapist matching work for you. Their industry-leading match rate means BetterHelp typically gets it right the first time. Feel confident knowing BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully qualified. Don't let hesitation hold you back. Find support with BetterHelp. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/morbid. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/morbid.
Between birds and nap times, it's hard to compete for your cat's attention. But Temptation's cat treats will have them meowing for affection. Even the most fickle felines find Temptation's crunchy cat treats irresistible. Crunchy outside, soft inside, and under 2 calories per treat. For a fun, perfectly creamy treat, try Temptations Lickable Puree. Looking for a way to make bonding with your feline friend even better? Try America's #1 cat treat brand, Temptations Cat Treats. Cats can't resist.
So several hours passed with no sight or sound of lions anywhere near the camp. So he was beginning to think, okay, he's not going to come back tonight. When out of nowhere, he heard, quote, a great uproar and frenzied cries coming from another camp about a half a mile away.
Uh-oh.
The men at Patterson's camp knew they wouldn't be able to reach the camp in time to be of any use. And even if they were able to get there, none of them were really confident that they could fend off or fight off a man-eating lion.
Yeah.
The best they could do was find some comfort in the fact that, at least for tonight, they weren't going to see the lion.
Yeah.
Like, what a
that's
shitty...
bleak.
They're just like, I guess we can go to sleep. Like,
Yeah.
So the next morning, news reached his camp of the previous night's commotion, and it was what he had thought. Another of his workers at the railhead camp had been ripped away from his tent by a lion in the middle of the night.
Oy.
That evening, Patterson took up a new position in a tree near the railhead camp and waited in the pouring rain for any sign of stalking lions.
Oh my gosh.
Just like the night before, several hours passed, and he was soaked. He's like freezing, soaked to the bone. He's about to climb down from his position when he heard, quote, a heart-rending shriek, indicating that there had been another attack. This time at a camp about a half a mile from railhead.
Okay.
What we're going to see is that the lions are fucking smart.
Okay.
It's like they know. Every time he moves to another one, they move away. Or they'll go to the other one that he was just not at. It's like
That's
really crazy.
spooky.
It's like weird intelligence.
Yeah.
Now, when the construction project began, the workmen were assigned to one of several camps scattered within an 8-mile stretch along the river. Lions are known to travel up to 12 miles a day to find food.
Wow.
That meant any of the men in any of the camps along the Tsavo River could be prey.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no way to know which camp the lions were going to hit. It was like whack-a-mole.
Yeah.
So
I just actually Googled it, and lions are considered the most intelligent of big cats.
That makes sense, because their intelligence in this situation, it's like they were watching and like they would kind of just like adjust their plans.
This actually says they excel at cooperative hunting, complex problem solving, and observational learning. So they were studying.
They were
them.
literally observing and watching and learning.
Solve puzzles, remember solutions for months, and they possess larger frontal cortex regions, which is crucial for managing complex social bonds.
That makes so much sense.
That's actually very fascinating.
Because I always think like a lion pride is so I always think like groups of animals and how they function are really, really interesting.
Yeah.
Like elephants are very intelligent too, and they're very emotionally intelligent.
Elephants have straight up funerals.
Yes. And they like, and their communities are so interesting.
Yep.
I could learn about that stuff for like ever.
I love animals.
I think it's so interesting. And I
agree.
don't think we give them enough credit.
No, we
for
don't, 'cause
how
we're so self-centered.
Like us they are, but better than us they are in
Yep.
so many ways.
Yep.
So at first, Patterson spent night after night just cycling between the camps with a rifle, taking up positions in makeshift hunting blinds, searching the landscape for any signs, just trying to keep his workers safe. And the men also successfully petitioned to consolidate the camps as best they could, just to try to keep them from being so spread out.
Right.
And they built a sort of barrier around themselves, winding the plants with wait-a-bit thorns and around the perimeter for extra protection.
All right, that was smart.
Unfortunately,
Mean, but smart.
however sensible, these efforts really didn't have a lot of effect on the two lions. They didn't give a fuck.
Well, you have to think they've lived there forever,
they don't
so they
give a
can
fuck.
adapt to those kinds of things.
They're hungry. So,
Right.
and Patterson wrote, they almost appeared to have an extraordinary and uncanny faculty of finding out our plans beforehand, which is exactly what we were just
Observational
talking
hunting.
about. Now, in fact, whenever the men would put up an extra protection in one camp, or whichever camp Patterson chose to monitor, the lions seemed to instinctually know to stay away and would instead choose to attack another camp. Knowing that they couldn't possibly protect every camp equally every single night, Patterson began laying simple traps for the animals. Sometimes he would use livestock as bait at the perimeter of the camp, hoping the animal would attract the lions. Other times he would lace the corpses of animals with strychnine and other poisons,
Brother.
just hoping that they would eat it and die. essentially. And like you can see why
I know.
they're going to these lengths.
Yeah.
Like men are dying and like they're obviously like we'll see, they're getting very brazen.
Yeah.
But I want you to know that at the end of this, you're going to find out why they're being so brazen. And it might make you think a little differently about it.
Were they really hungry?
They were really hungry. And obviously it's not okay that
No, it's
humans
not
are
okay.
dying. I've said this in the shark attack thing. I think you guys
Exactly.
understand
Yeah.
my vibe here. I don't think anybody who takes this as like, Elena thinks humans should die by animal
Yeah,
attacks and that
exactly.
animals should live. No.
Wrong.
So it's just a bummer.
Yeah.
It's a bummer that they were encroaching. They were doing a job that they were
Yeah.
sent there to do.
Right.
But we are encroaching on animals' land,
That's
and
the
that these
thing.
things happen when we encroach on animals' land, and it sucks, you know? So you can see he was just trying to protect his men. The animals are just trying to eat. So it's really just,
It's the circle of life,
you know? But yeah, it was sad. But none of these things caught the lions, and they didn't really prove effective. In fact, Patterson wrote, the beasts much preferred live men to dead donkeys.
Whoa.
Which I was like, damn.
Well, I mean, like when a donkey dies, it's like the same thing when a human dies. Decomposition starts to set in, so it probably tastes a little funky.
I'm sure it tastes different.
I'm sure they prefer fresh
Yeah.
food.
Now, given the amount of time and energy that James Patterson devoted to hunting these man-eating lions, you could easily forget that regardless of nocturnal terrors, there was a construction project going on during the day. During the day, the work crews conducted back-breaking, exhausting manual labor, building a massive bridge across the river. The physical toll this work took on the body was immense. Like we can't even, and in the heat,
And then think about the mental
with
toll.
inadequate, I'm sure, like supplies that they need to stay like as hydrated as they could be. All
Right.
this, you got to think about that for sure. So it's like then they're going to sleep at night. They should be able to just plop down and pass out and let their body recover from what they've been going
But
through.
they can't.
They can't. And it's like, and Patterson here is staying up in trees in the pouring rain all night trying to protect his camps.
And leading this project.
And it's just the psychological strain of having become prey for an animal at night.
That's fucked.
That's a lot. None of them felt equipped to protect themselves. And then they're dealing with this fight or flight thing all
It's
night.
similar to like when there's a serial killer in your
Yeah.
area. You know what I mean?
Your
Like,
body needs time to rest and like recharge from your day. And
Yeah.
if this is happening at night, it's like, this is bad.
Yeah.
So the attempts to catch or kill the lions may have provided a sort of psychological distraction, at least from the sheer terror of being actively hunted at
Yeah.
night. But feeling proactive didn't really do a lot to stave off the reality that it was only a matter of time before they made their way into the camps every night.
Right.
Night after night, the men listened helplessly as the terrified cries coming from nearby camps went on and on and on, as one or more of their coworkers were yanked out of bed and dragged away to their death.
Oh my God.
We'll find out one of these lions ate upwards of 20 men.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my
it was
God.
night after night.
20 men.
And sometimes the victim would get lucky. Like one night in early April, a Greek contractor managed to avoid the horrible fate that his coworkers faced when the lion grabbed the mattress he was lying on rather than him, and he was able to roll off and escape before the lion realized that it was holding a mattress and not a human.
Shit.
But yeah. But more often than not, the lions struck with unbelievable speed and precision. They're just
That's the other thing
highly
you have to think of. They're
evolved.
so fucking
Yeah.
fast.
They're highly evolved predators.
Yeah.
Like, this is what they do. So it gives the victim and the other men in the tent have no second to react. They can't do anything.
Also, just imagine being the person like sleeping next to
Yeah.
the person that gets dragged out of the tent.
And you can't help them.
You can't help them,
Yeah.
and you're like, it was that close to being me.
And hearing them scream.
how
like-
do you
reconcile that?
Exactly?
Now, according to Ronald Preston, the engineer managing the team at Railhead, by the end of April, the Lions had killed, quote, 16 Punjabi workmen and 1 Punjabi headman.
Wow.
So while the loss of life was obviously the primary issue in the camps, it wasn't the only challenge that was being posed by the lions. For the most part, an animal will really only kind of expend as little energy and effort as necessary to catch prey.
Yeah.
And this is pretty true for the Tsavo man-eaters, too.
Okay.
If they could simply stick their heads in through a flap of a tent and grab a man by the neck,
That was simple for them.
like they would do so and just be on their way. Other times, however, It seemed like the circumstances were like unfolding in a way that a simple attack, like what would normally be a simple attack, would escalate into pure chaos, and they would not really run away. They would like
The lions?
Yeah, they would stay the course until they got it.
Okay.
Like one evening towards the end of April, one of the lions climbed high into a tree adjacent to a tent in which 14 workers were sleeping, and it leaped down onto the tent from above,
No.
crawled into a tree, and jumped on top of the tent.
Oh my God.
Every night, my 80-pound dog jumps on me in bed to lay on me, and it's the scariest event in my life every
Brother.
time. And that's a little poop monster who's just there to snuggle me.
Brother, I'll do you one better. I have a 12-pound
Yeah.
cat that scares the shit out of me on the nightly.
Yup.
12 pounds. How the fuck much does a lion weigh?
A whole ass man-eating lion jumps on your fucking tent. Can you imagine the chaos that broke out in that tent?
No, I'm
Because now you
Googling.
can't see, you can't move. You're being like restricted by tent fabric. Like you don't know
And
where
a
it is.
whole ass lion.
And
I need
13
you-
other people.
I need you to guess what a typical male lion generally weighs. Give me a little bit of a range. Between what and what?
I'm trying to think. So my dogs are like 80 pounds each.
Okay.
So 2 of them are 160 pounds.
Yeah.
Between like 200
No.
and 250 maybe?
No. Average adult male lions generally weigh between 330 and 570
Holy shit.
pounds. And if it was a woman lion,
I think they were boys.
were they boys?
Yeah.
Well, just so you know, women lions average 260 between 265 and 400 pounds.
Holy shit.
So like
Jumping on
that
you
might
from
have
a
just
tree.
killed somebody
Just purely
'cause they
off of
landed
landing
on
on
him.
them. Yeah.
Holy shit.
And just the fact that that lion, first of all, thinking of a lion climbing up a tree,
I didn't know that they could climb
scariest
trees, to
shit
be
ever.
honest
Like
with
you can't get away from it by climbing up a tree. Imagine climbing up a tree and the lion's like,
Me too.
yeah, I'll meet you up there. Like I'd be like, oh shit.
Absolutely
And then
not.
for a lion to look down and be like, huh, I bet if I jumped on that, I could probably get them.
Oh my
Like,
god.
what the fuck? So it easily tore through the top of the tent, and its claw caught one man in the shoulder and knocked him to the ground. But in its attempt to make a hasty escape because things got a little crazy,
Okay.
the lion grabbed a large bag of rice and thought it was a person at first, lying on the ground next to the man, and made off with the large bag of rice.
Have the rice.
Which also is bad because I'm like,
it's
they
their
need
food
food.
source, I know.
The next day, when the men searched the area, they found the bag of rice a little less than a mile away, and it was made of cloth. That's why too.
Yep.
And it was torn to shreds, and the contents was just everywhere. Now, in another failed yet still harrowing attack, an Indian trader was approaching one of the camps along with his donkey late one evening when one of the lions sprung from the underbrush and knocked them both to the ground with like incredible force. The donkey was badly wounded by the claws of the lion, and the trader assumed the lion would make off with the donkey rather than fight the stronger prey,
Right.
like they know. And the trader quickly found out he was wrong, though, because the lion turned right to him in literally like haunches up, like I'm gonna attack. But when the lion began to move, his claws and forepaws were in the way he described this later was he said it was almost comical the way he was tangled in the donkey's reins. So because the donkey had like a bunch of empty oil tins and other pieces of metal like strung on his reins. So the lion was eventually able to rip the reins free from the donkey, but they were still tangled around his front legs.
Oh my god.
And according to Patterson, the rattle and clatter made by these as he dragged them after him gave him such a fright that he turned tail and bolted off into the jungle to the intense relief of the trader.
I mean, that's great for the trader.
But like the poor,
And that lion was probably so embarrassed.
he was probably like, "Fuck y'all!
I was gonna eat you.
You're an asshole."
Oh my gosh.
Like, damn. So among the workers, a legend emerged that these were not ordinary lions, but they were in fact shaitans, which means demons.
Oh, fuck.
Others believe the lions were physical manifestations of the spirits of long-dead local tribal leaders who were angry with the British for invading and altering the region with their construction work.
Or maybe they're just lions that are upset that you're interrupting their
There's
region.
also that possibility.
Because that seems pretty simple.
These were, so these beliefs came out of like the behavior of the animals,
Right.
which was definitely more aggressive and more assertive than ordinary lions.
Yeah.
And the lengths that they would go to attack and eat humans and how consistent they were, that was different because there was other prey available. So they
Yeah.
were like, there's like wildebeests over there. That's like your favorite thing in the world. Why are you not eating those and you're coming to us?
Well, they're so much bigger, too.
That's the
like,
thing.
they're going to satisfy more.
We are not lions like choice prey.
No.
Like given us and like a wildebeest or us and something else, they're
take the
picking the
wildebeest.
other thing every time.
Yeah.
So by the summer, complaints about the attacks and the missing workers had finally reached such a fever pitch that the British authorities had to address the fears of further attacks. In July, the company responsible for the project, the British East Africa Company, offered a 200 rupee reward for, and this is sad, quote, the skin of any lion shown to the satisfaction of the managers to have been destroyed within 1 mile on either side of the railway line and to a distance of 5 miles east and west of the River Tsavo.
It's one thing to kill an animal for your protection.
Yeah.
That, you know how we feel.
Yeah.
It's another thing to skin a fucking
I know.
lion. I'm sorry, but
I
go
don't
fuck
get it.
yourself.
I don't get it.
You, like...
Like, this is the 1800s, so
I'm
shit
so
was
upset
like,
by that.
Shit was wild.
That's so
but
upsetting.
now, in a region that frequently struggled with poverty as well, this bounty on lions attracted a large number of hunters. Because again, they're like struggling just to feed themselves. Like a 200 rupee reward is huge.
Mm-hmm.
And so like a ton of hunters and would-be hunters came to the area, all hoping to claim the reward. It was likely the dramatic increase in people and noise that actually ended up keeping the Tsavo man-eaters, quote unquote, away for so many months. Because they did stay away for quite some time.
They said, fuck that. We know what
Again,
y'all are up to.
They're real smart.
Right.
Because these lions are clever. They would know better than to return to an area where the sounds of rifles could be heard every few minutes. They're like,
Yeah.
I'm good.
I think I'm all set with that.
The presence of so many hunters and the lions' failure to appear night after night allowed the workmen at least to relax for the first time since the project began. But because of that, they let their guard down. And so when they did return, which they did, they were not prepared. After nearly 6 months of relative peace.
Wow.
Yeah. The attacks began again in Patterson's camps one night in early November. He wrote, on this occasion, a number of men had been sleeping outside their tents for the sake of coolness.
And they let their guard down.
Yep. He said when the men heard one of the lions forcing its way into the boma, which was the animal pen where they were sleeping, he said all the men leaped to their feet and raised the alarm to alert the rest of the camp. Then they took up whatever weapons they could find to try to protect themselves. This was like rocks, sticks, just hurling them in the direction of the lions, just trying to protect themselves. Unfortunately, the noise and thrown objects had no effect on the lion. A few moments later, the lion burst into the middle of the group of men and just grabbed one and dragged him off through the thorny fence and into the darkness.
Holy
So the lion just like launched himself into the middle of a ton of men and just grabbed the nearest one.
That's not.
Yeah. Like,
That's
damn.
insane.
The entire camp listened with horror as 2 lions devoured this man not more than 30 yards away from the camp. Now, the return of the lions was disheartening, obviously, because they really were hoping they would have peace. But it wasn't just the return that shook up the men. It was now how fucking bold they were. So in the past, one lion would sneak silently into the camps, grab the unsuspecting prey, then drag the man nearly a mile away from camp before killing and eating him. Now, the lions were aggressively forcing their way into the camps, like barreling through any protective measures and attacking large groups of armed men, paying no attention to the loud sounds and thrown objects.
And not going as far.
And then grabbing the prey, they barely would wait until they were outside a camp before killing and eating him.
They had to have been like legitimately
Yeah.
starving.
So the next morning, Patterson discovered the remains of this man less than 50 yards outside the camp. Unlike the previous attacks, he refused to let the men bury the remains this time, hoping the animal would return that night. Posted in his tree, he waited that night, but the only animal that came around was a hyena, and the hyena sniffed the remains and then just ran off.
Oh.
So the next morning, he received word that the lions had attacked another camp 2 miles down the river.
Okay.
Like, same night.
Yeah.
Night after night, he sat in the trees outside the camps along the river, listening as the men shouted their warnings from one camp to the next. And the warning that you would often hear, and I'm going to try my best to say this correctly, was Kabar Dar Bayona Shatan Ata, which is beware, brothers, the devil is coming.
Oh, shit.
And they would be like yelling this to each other.
Oh, that's so chilling.
But for at least one of the camps, the warnings always came way too late, and one among them was inevitably dragged away in the middle of the night. So these lions are getting more and more brazen by the day, it seemed. And one evening, one of them grabbed a man from the railway and actually brought him closer to the camp rather than far away in order to eat him.
What?
Yeah. Patterson wrote, I could plainly hear them crunching the bones.
Oh my God.
And the sound of their dreadful purring filled the air and rang in my ears for days afterwards.
Oh my God, to think of them purring.
Like,
That's so messed up.
and the crunching bones. By mid-November, the lions changed their strategy yet again in another display of boldness. Until that point, their hunting pattern had been that one animal, again, would sneak into camp. The other would wait in the bush a distance away. Now, they were entering together. So now it wasn't just one bringing it out, it was both.
They said, we don't need to look
Sometimes now grabbing multiple victims, because now each
There's
lion would
2.
grab one.
Yeah.
This new strategy didn't always work out very well for the animals, or for the victims, on that matter. On one night in late November, the lions attacked one of the camps and dragged away 2 men into the dark, each one. From inside the camp, the workmen could hear one of the men moaning in pain just outside the camp. And when they finally mustered up the courage to go out and look for him, they found that he was badly mauled, but he was stuck in the thorny underbrush a few dozen yards away from camp.
Oh.
It looked like he had become stuck there, and the lion wasn't able to drag him through, so they left him and just went to consume the other victim. The workmen were able to untangle him from the bushes, but he died from its injuries.
I was going to say, the thought of getting mauled by a lion and then
left in
stuck in
thorny
gigantic
underbrush.
thorns.
Yeah.
Oh,
Worst
my
way to
God.
die.
Yeah.
Okay, imagine this. A honeybee is out here doing her thing in an orchard, lands on a mystery apple blossom, then carries that pollen over to a Honeycrisp tree. Fast forward a few months, and no exaggeration, something amazing is born. The sugar bee apple. Packed with notes of honey, caramel, and molasses, plus an extra crisp crunch, sugar bee apples are perfect for snacking, baking, and everything in between. Download our new free recipe book and find a store near you at hellosugarbee.com. Sugar bee apples, naturally sweet, from bee to you.
I'm Livy Dunn, All-American gymnast and Viore athlete. When you travel and train as much as I do, you find happiness where you are. On the mat or on the sand, movement and comfort are essential. That's why I live in Performance Joggers by Viore. Made from DreamKnit fabric that's made of 89% recycled materials. Effortlessly soft and made to move as much as I do. My happiness starts here, in the softest joggers on the planet. Get 20% off your first purchase at Viore.com/Libby. That's VUORI.com/LIVVY. Exclusions apply. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Go to Viore.com/Libby and discover the full versatility of Viore clothing. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
By the beginning of December, the workmen on Patterson's crew had finally had enough. One afternoon when they returned to his camp, Patterson found the entire construction crew standing there waiting for him. They said they had come from India to work and get paid. And they said, we did not come here to get attacked and eaten by lions.
No.
And they said, we are not going to work until these lions are gone.
I mean,
and you
I
can't
get
blame them. This is terrifying.
Yeah, you can. I'd be like, we're not doing this.
Well, many of them didn't even bother with the ultimatum. They just waited for the next train to pass, hopped aboard, and said, bye.
That would be me.
Somewhere else is better than here.
That
I'm
would
leaving.
be me.
To his credit, Patterson did take this ultimatum very seriously. And in the weeks after this, all work on the railroad ceased while they focused on lion-proofing the camps. So he just stopped the work. He was
Okay.
like, we're going to figure this out. So Patterson's persistence over the previous year finally paid off in December. On the morning of December 9th, he was leaving his camp when he saw one of the men running towards him frantically, shouting, Simba, Simba, which means lion.
Yeah, I know.
So he was saying, lion, lion, and waving his arms above his head frantically. When he reached the camp, he told Patterson that the lions had attempted to grab one of the workmen down by the river, and when he escaped, they killed a donkey instead, and were currently eating it.
Okay.
So knowing he might not have a better opportunity, he grabbed his rifle and followed this man back to the river. When they reached the banks of the river, he saw that one of the lions was eating a donkey by the water. Unfortunately, as he approached quietly, one of his guides stepped on a branch and caused it to snap.
Like horror movie no.
Literally. So the noise alerted the lion, who looked up in their direction, growled, and then dragged the carcass of the donkey into deep underbrush. Like, just was like, fuck y'all.
He literally said, fuck y'all. That's
He did.
exactly what I was going to say.
Like, you know that Homer Simpson
Backing
gif where
into
he
the
just
bushes?
backs into the bushes? That's what that lion
He's like,
did.
you saw nothing.
No. So, of course, Patterson is terrified. He's like, I'm going to lose this animal, and it's right there. Like, I could end this. So he instructed the man to return to the camp, gather up the other men, and all the cans, pots, and pans they could find. And he said, this plan is to have the men surround the area and simultaneously cause incredible noise that would send the animal running in his direction, which was pretty smart.
Pretty smart and very brave.
Yeah. So Patterson crouched down behind a large anthill not far from where they had seen the lion, and when all the men were in position, he gave the signal. And he wrote, soon a tremendous noise was raised by the advancing line of men. And to my great joy, out into the open path stepped a huge maneless lion. After tracking the animals for nearly a year, and he was really only catching glimpses of them in the darkness at this point.
Right.
He said seeing one of these in daylight
middle
was
of the
like
day.
Incredible.
Yeah,
Like, it
I'm
was
sure.
terrifying. When the lion got within 15 yards, he emerged from his hiding place and took aim. And his sudden appearance startled the lion, obviously, who dug in its claws and crouched back on its haunches, and he was ready to leap at him. Patterson pulled the trigger, but to his absolute horror, he heard that dull thud a rifle makes when it misfires.
Oh,
Just
no.
He said, I was so disconcerted at this untoward accident that I forgot all about firing the left barrel, and with the intention of reloading, I lowered the rifle from my shoulder. Thinking the animal would use the opportunity to attack Patterson, he was surprised when it instead ran into the bush. So he's like, fuck, I'm going to lose this thing for good. So he raised his rifle again and just pointed into the direction that it had run and just blindly fired. And he said he heard an angry growl that said that he did hit him. But he said, but when he went to check the area, the lion had escaped. But he's like, I think I hit him. Now, determined to end the terror, he went back to where the donkey lay in the brush by the river and took up a position in one of the trees, hoping the lions would come back for that.
Okay.
Several hours later, after the sun went down, he heard the sound of snapping twigs and realized one of them had come back. But rather than go back to the carcass, as Patterson thought he would, the lion sniffed the air for a few moments, then emitted a low growl, and that was indicating that he sensed his presence.
Yeah.
So he literally sniffed him out in the air, was like, I'm gonna fuck you up. So to Patterson's surprise, the lion ignored the donkey carcass. Totally ignored it.
Available food.
Right there, and instead began searching the area for him.
And they can climb trees.
And he said, for about 2 hours, he horrified me by slowly creeping round and round my crazy structure, gradually drawing closer.
Oh my God.
For hours, he sat silently in this tree, desperately trying not to make even a sound.
Literally move a muscle.
His trance-like state was finally broken when sometime after midnight, he was struck in the back of the head by something large. And at first, because he had kind of zoned out, because he was trying to just like really zone, he thought the lion had come up and had actually found him. But then he realized he had been struck by a large owl.
I love owls.
What the fuck are the odds of that?
They're working together, babe.
I'm like, Mother Nature is just like doing its damn
Mother
thing.
Nature's like, get out of here.
Like, what the fuck? So a large owl just walloped him in the head. The jolt caused him to look around frantically, and he realized the lion was crouched down in the brush just a few yards away. He could see his yellow eyes staring directly at him.
Oh, fuck.
Certain this was going to be his absolute last chance, he fired the rifle, and he hit the lion directly in the chest. Patterson wrote, he gave a most terrific roar and leaped and sprang about in all directions. The lion had retreated into the brush and was likely trying to escape, so he did fire again in his direction, and finally, a few moments later, he heard the last of the lion's breaths, and it was over.
Killing men, but I'm gonna actually cry right now.
No, it's really sad.
I really fucking
It's really
hate it.
sad.
That's the part that I don't like about these stories,
too.
is that we always kill the animal
know.
for doing what animals do.
I know.
Like, I know this is a very extreme
Yeah.
case, and again, I
There's
don't like
sadness
that
all over
people
here.
were killed, but I'm really fucking sad
There's just
right
a
now.
lot of sadness. So when Patterson finally got a good look at the lion, he was truly impressed. He said it was nearly 10 feet long,
Holy shit.
4 feet high, larger than an average lion.
Yeah.
And aside from the obvious scars from the thorn brushes, he was unblemished, like a beautiful lion. And as Patterson had assumed, the first shot struck him in the heart, and one of the subsequent shots had hit him in the thigh.
Oh my god, you're actually gonna make me cry right now.
When the news of the death reached the camp, several men arrived at the site, and they brought the animal back to the camp. So a few days later, Patterson set out a trap for the second lion, tying three goats to a 250-pound rail.
What are you trying to do to me, bro? I love goats.
A few hours later, the lion appeared and grabbed one of the goats, and that gave Patterson a chance to fire. Unfortunately, when he fired, the shot hit the lion in the shoulder, not the head. And the shot barely managed to slow him down, and he took off into the brush. And he dragged all 3 goats and the rail with him.
He said, fuck your
He
shit.
said,
I'm
I'll
taking
take
it all.
All of it.
Don't piss off a lion.
So the shot might not have done its job, but it did seem to drive him off, and it wasn't seen again for more than a week.
Okay.
On the evening of December 26th, the lion appeared again at one of the camps, and it managed to get through the thorny fencing and into the camp, where it tore through several tents and destroyed much of the site, but it failed to attack any of the men.
Okay.
Believing the injured animal might make a return to the same camp, Patterson set up a blind in one of the trees near the camp and waited. A few hours later, the lion appeared, and he shot the animal, killing it instantly. Which is really sad.
It is really sad.
In the years that followed the attacks, the legend of the Tsavo man-eaters continued to spread and grow. By the time the story reached its peak popularity, it was said that the lions killed and devoured hundreds of men. A worker on the railway wrote, hundreds of men fell victim to these savage creatures whose very jaws were steeped in blood. Bones, flesh, skin, and blood, they devoured it all and left not a trace behind them.
Damn.
In reality, attacks on humans by large predators are extremely rare.
Right.
Because we are not part of any predator's diet. And we pose a massive threat to every other species.
Because we shoot them.
And Ross Barnett, a paleogeneticist at the University of Copenhagen, said, what strikes me about the Tsavo story is that it is almost incomprehensible to a 21st century Western mindset.
Yeah.
The terror that the night must have brought is unimaginable.
No, it really is. It really is.
So if humans are not part of a lion's diet, and we're actually pretty hard to catch,
What
like you have to
happened
go
here?
through a lot, why the fuck did they hunt and kill so many men?
Was there some kind of shortage going on?
So-
of like wildebeest?
It turns out, like most repeated large cat attacks on humans, the explanation for these attacks were found in the animals' mouths. In a recent scientific study of the Tsavo lion skeletons, which, by the way, are on display at the Field Museum of Natural History in Chicago,
Tsavo, like Savo?
Tsavo, zoologists discovered that both lions had damaged teeth, Even without causing illness from infection, which was likely, broken and damaged teeth can make it difficult or extremely painful for an animal to consume its regular diet.
Oh, wow.
So it switches to something it can catch and eat. So the theory, and this is also interesting, the theory was supported by a DNA analysis of the lion's hair, which found the animals had not consumed any wildebeest, which is its favorite prey, and had otherwise been eating slower, softer animals. So Riley Black from Smithsonian Magazine in 2017 wrote, humans were a food of last resort, and the lions were primarily focused on the soft parts.
Okay.
These were not devilish skeleton crunchers, but injured cats doing what they could to survive.
Oh, that makes it even
Additional
sadder.
information. This made me sad because I was
Oh,
like,
no.
additional information from the study revealed that these two lions were likely brothers.
I need you to shut up.
Quote,
Shut
the fact that
up.
they had each other's DNA in their teeth suggests that the lions were closely bonded and spent time grooming one another.
No, I'm actually not built for this.
So
You're
when
gonna
that
make me
first
cry.
lion died, it makes me so sad for
His
that
brother
second
was,
one
like,
because he was
all
just
alone.
without his brother.
No, I can't do that. I can't do that.
Now, as for how many victims the lions took, according to zoologist Bruce Patterson, one lion ate 10 people and the other 24.
It's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people. As for John Henry Patterson, his killing of the man-eating lions did make him a local hero and somewhat of a legend. With the threat removed, the crews were able to go back to work, and the railroad bridge was completed in February 1899. And when the project was finished, Patterson served tours of duty in the Second Boer War and World War I, among other conflicts.
Oh, wow.
He also found time to begin a writing career, and he started with his account of the Tsavo man-eater attacks, followed by several other adventure novels.
Wow.
Which, like, badass. Following his retirement from the military, he focused really on writing, and he also traveled the world giving lectures about wildlife and big game.
Okay.
On June 18th, 1949,
Wow.
James Patterson died of natural causes in Bel Air, California at the age of 79.
Wow. What a life.
And he did protect his crew.
He did.
So there's that.
He did. I know.
I feel bad for the lions. I feel bad for obviously the men that had to go through it. It's the same
Yeah.
thing as the shark attack. You
It's
feel
awful.
bad for
It's
everybody
awful for everybody.
involved. Like,
That's
it's
the thing.
just, I know.
Something in me, like, I can't hear about animal death. Like,
Because
I
animals
literally
are
can't.
innocent.
They are. Exactly.
They don't have the gnarly, unless it's an orca whale. I feel like orcas have straight up.
But you know what? You know what? Did we, like, wrong them, though, somehow?
I feel like we probably did.
Like, we probably made them that way.
I'm not saying orca whales are, like, wrong. I'm just saying
They are
have,
homicidal.
They have instincts that we are not, that they're not supposed to have. Like, they
It's like I
plan
said,
and plot.
No, they do. It's like I say, the ocean's not for us.
No, it's not.
And they're trying to stand there.
I need to know. I
Water.
need some more fucking terrifying ocean stories.
Yeah, I like the ocean
Those
ones.
are fun.
Because I love cats.
I know.
And, like,
I love lions.
lions are just like big cats.
One of my kids loves lions.
I know, and
This
she
would-
always has.
This would make her so mad. She'd be like, "Let them go."
I know that one was
Who
that was a
cares?
tough one for me.
Yeah.
We got to space these out because God,
Yeah. Very interesting. though.
very interesting though, especially like the issue with their teeth, and that's
Yeah.
what they were going after.
And the fact that these men were just yanked out of tents in the middle of the night. It's like
I
that's
know,
horrifying.
so fucked up. Like that, I don't want to take away. Like I
Yeah.
know I've been harping a lot on the animals, but that is incredibly
Yeah, they're
fucked
just
up.
and again they're sleeping. Like they
Exhausted.
after an exhausting day of manual labor. It's like fuck. That
And they're-
sounds like hell on earth.
It's also good to remind yourself too that there weren't like a shit ton of jobs back then.
No, that's the other
So
thing.
they
So,
were
like,
desperate
they
for work
couldn't
and
leave.
money for their families.
The ones who are leaving are the ones who literally can't handle it. Like that,
Like they
that
were
must have-
broken down.
You know how bad it was for some of them to be like, "Fuck that! Anywhere else is better than this."
to be faced with the possibility of being eaten by a lion in the middle of the
Things
night.
are bad
That's rough.
if you're willing to stick that out.
That's pretty fucking brutal. That's
Yeah.
well, and then you think of how many men did stick it out.
Exactly.
With
And it was
that being the,
like a billion zillion
threat.
degrees where they are in Africa. And so, like that night, they were just trying to sleep in a cool area because
Yeah.
it's like a billion degrees and you're a sitting duck.
Fuck.
Yeah.
What
Crazy.
a story. That was very fascinating.
I also didn't know about maneless lions.
I didn't know about
So that's
maneless
something
lions either.
interesting.
They're beautiful.
They are
I was just
beautiful.
looking at pictures.
Oh, lions are gorgeous. When I say I just want to go, I just want
wanna
to smush 'em.
snuggle.
I know.
But they would.
But don't.
No,
Don't.
I'm not gonna.
Don't do that.
I won't.
Never.
Remember when we went to Disney together and we heard the lion roar
Yes.
on the safari?
That was gnarly.
That was the craziest thing I ever experienced.
Lion
One of
roars
them.
are life-changing.
Oh,
Because they're just damn.
it's like when that movie starts.
Yeah.
You know, like those movies that
You,
are...
that movie. That one movie.
I don't know why I said that movie. What are those what production is that?
It's the
Raw.
the fucking
I'm just looking at it in my head. Over
I am
and
too.
over
I'm
again.
watching it in my head. What is the production company that has the lion?
Is it MGM?
I think it is
you're right.
MGM. I can see it in my head.
I
and I'm
think
like,
you're
what the
exactly
fuck?
right. Yeah. Hi, Karen in Georgia.
Yeah, it is MGM.
Yeah, I thought so.
Did you say hey, Karen in Georgia?
Yeah, because I said you're exactly right.
Oh, okay. I thought you were thinking MFM.
Oh no!
And I was like, it's MGM.
No, I was like, you're
wait, what?
exactly right, and then I
You're
said, hey,
exactly
Karen in
right.
Georgia.
Hey.
That was insane.
Yeah, that was wild.
I have a fun fact.
I love fun facts.
It's kind of a morbid fact, to be honest with you.
I mean, this is what this show is.
I got this from Cosmopolitan. Chainsaws were first invented.
Oh, I know this.
I had a feeling you might know this. For childbirth.
Yeah.
They were developed in Scotland in the late 18th century to help aid and speed up the process of symphysiotomy, which is widening the pubic cartilage, and the removal of diseased Latin bone during childbirth.
That's horrifying.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
You knew that?
Yeah,
Why
know
did I
that.
know you were going to know that?
you thought you said that ahead of time too.
I did. I
Before
was
we
like, you'll
started, you were
probably know this.
You might know this. Yeah.
That is a crazy
Isn't
ass
that crazy?
fact. I want to know a lot more about that, but like also nothing else
But
about
nothing
it at
at
the
all.
same time.
Yeah.
Fucking-
Chainsaws, man.
What would you, can you imagine? Like, I've never given birth. You've done it twice. Like 3 times technically, I guess. What would you do if you were just like laying there and they're like,
No, the sound of a chainsaw is terrifying.
yeah, that's
so
at the end of
overstimulating.
every haunted house ever.
Oh God, it's like my least favorite part of the haunted house.
Oh my God.
I hate it.
To think of that coming anywhere near your situation, your downstairs mix up.
It's going to become a downstairs mix-up at that point.
It's going to become a downstairs
catastrophe.
Period. A downstairs. I'm trying to think of it.
Downstairs. Ugh.
I'm trying to think of a D word.
I hate
A downstairs disaster.
Yes, there you go.
And with that, we leave you. What an unhinged beginning, middle, and end.
Lord.
Well, we hope you keep listening.
And we hope you
Keep it weird. But not so weird that you use a chainsaw during childbirth, because holy fuck.
and don't boop a lion.
Yeah.
I know it's hard.
I know. I want to find a lion right now just to boop it.
Lions are beautiful.
Simba, 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 Simba. I love it.
Hi, I'm Angie Hicks, co-founder of Angie, and one thing I've learned is that you buy a house, but you make it a home. Because with every fix, update, and renovation, it becomes a little more your own. So you need all your jobs done well. For nearly 30 years, Angie has helped millions of homeowners hire skilled pros for the projects that matter, from plumbing to electrical, roof repair to deck upgrades. So leave it to the pros who will get your jobs done well.
Angie, the one you trust to find the ones you trust. Find a pro for your project at Angie.com.
Talk about regrets. We all know someone who's been in a car accident and said, I don't need to call a lawyer. only to regret it after their pain and damages were worse than expected. When someone hurts you, you deserve to be compensated fairly. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm, fighting for the people for over 35 years. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com/podcast. That's forthepeople.com/podcast. Their fee is free unless they win.